Hello everyone! Now, as of recording this video, it is September 18th, which is National Ceiling Fan Day. So happy National Ceiling Fan Day to everyone. And I thought I'll actually try and get something out for National Ceiling Fan Day this year, because I am actually off work. I haven't got work in a way, which is awesome. And I thought, since also Toshiba fans and more suggested I do this, I'll film the 10 new fans that I got in that one day. I'll do them in 2 block segments. We're going to start with the first 5, which are just the first 5 I dragged out the garage basically, or out of my bedroom. We have a 1980s pifco 16-inch desk fan, model 1063. A 1980s Philips 16-inch desk fan. A 1980s Philips 12-inch desk fan. A 1980s EFC 12-inch desk fan. And finally, a 1980s Limit Aerial. Is it a 10-inch desk fan? It might be a 12-inch, I don't know. 10, 12-inch desk fan. But yeah, some of the fans here have already been worked on prior to filming, which examples include this EFC right here. It's had quite a bit of work, to be fair. It's had a whole new motor installed. Its motor entirely has been replaced. If you remember from the late night update video I did on it. Should have done a part 2 to that, because I think it would be really cool, but oh well. That EFC, the motor currently in it comes out of that pifco over there. If I can point it correctly. There you go. That pifco over there. Yeah, those two have had a motor swap. So the pifco currently has the EFC's motor in it. Because the EFC's motor, the bearings are shot. And I think they might be like press fitted in or something. And I don't have the equipment to properly remove the bearings. So I think to avoid risk of destroying the bearings or anything, or the motor itself, I'll just swap them. And so I've done that. This means now my fan originally had a 42 watt motor. So now I've got a 50 watt motor. So it's only an 8 watt increase, which isn't huge, luckily. And I tried to put the pifco back together, but it is a mess right now, that pifco. Got a gap there. It's due to the screwing nut holding the blades in. I had to put like a nut there to act as a washer to actually hold those blades on. Look at that motor housing, look at that gap. Because it turns out the EFC's motor is larger. Yeah, the EFC's motor is larger. And so the motor housing doesn't actually fit on, so I just wedged it on and screwed it in. Good enough. You can see screws, screw and washers there. On the other side you can see, it has a big washer. That's because there is no thread to hold the back grille on. So I basically just attached it to the front motor housing. It means it does this now, but oh well. So the pifco is a mess, but it runs. Or at least it's complete. Oh, I just wanted to make it complete because why not? Because it's in terrible condition. Also, the limit area over here has been worked on. I opened up the base because when I first got the fan, it needed a push start on all 3 speeds, and it was struggling to spin on high as well. It struggled to spin on high, medium, or low. So I just opened up the base to see what was wrong, and wow, I was surprised it short out actually, because the utmost geek has replaced the capacitors in them, which is awesome. But a couple of the terminals were either not properly covered up with insulation tape, or just didn't have any. And these capacitors were just, during the journey home, they'd come loose and were just, not the wires, but like the actual capacitors themselves were just rattling about inside the base. And that's metal underneath base, so surprised there. Maybe they were coming in contact. I've stuck them back in place, I've really stuck them back in place. And I've redone the insulation on all of the terminals, and it runs way better now. So I don't know what that was about. Anyways, I've rambled on way too long about these fans because there's quite a bit to say about what I've done. Should we run them? I think we should run them. Let's turn them all onto high, because the pifco and the limit cannot start on their own low, and the 12-inch Phillips struggles. Anyways, I apologise for that because my phone ran out of storage. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not managing everything right. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, the pifco and limit cannot start on their own and low. I think the limit area is just due to its design. It uses multiple capacitors in its base, and unfortunately, the capacitor for low I don't think is strong enough to get from a standstill. And the 12-inch Phillips struggles because it's really stiff. Anyways, let's run them all, and hopefully this time the recording won't stop because I'm out of storage. Here is high on all 5 of these. We're drawing about 227 watts. Well, that's solid air movers, these fans. The EFC, for example, is about 1,318 feet per minute, which is really good. And the limit, 1,220. The others I'm unsure about. Let's switch them to medium. Medium doesn't really work properly on the limit. It's the exact same as high, and I have no idea why, but I can't be bothered to resolve it, because at least low works. Here's low. You can hear the hums of the limit area. Let's switch them all off now. We're drawing about 182 watts on the low. The Phillips is 5th, really quick. The other Phillips is 4th. EFC is 3rd. I think it was pifco in the limit. Yeah, as you can see, that pifco, it's not stiff, but it still struggles. Also, this is what happens when you switch them on low. They can't start. They still. Yeah, those two still. Let's start more medium with oscillation. The pifco, however, doesn't oscillate. That's just because I was too lazy to remove the head, because the oscillator does work really low. But let's begin on medium, all of them. Look at that pifco struggle. so good. Let's turn the water on. Here's high. Okay, now let's turn them all off from high. Phillips, 12 inches. So, only a 16-inch Phillips. Only EFC. And the limit, and then the pifco. Well, surprisingly that took a while, but yeah, let's move on to batch number 2. Here is batch number 2. This time. And yeah, we got the pedestal fan variants this time. We have a 1990s maybe, I don't know. Electrostar 16-inch pedestal fan. Here's one like the last big Galaxy ones, but a pedestal one. A 1980s Electrostar Starlet 8-inch desk fan. The 1980s Philips 16-inch pedestal fan. The 1990s Taurus Europa, I think a 12-inch and 16-inch pedestal model. This one's a Type Euro 12 and this is a Type Euro 16C. This one came with its original box as well. The original box is a 2-part box. One box will come with the head and the bottom base, and the other part will come with the stand. But yes, got the original box. That one. I'm not going to showcase it here because I'm lazy, but just so you're aware. Yes, I finally got an Electrostar Starlet. I've been out on them for a while. I finally got one. It needs some work, and it's actually really hard to. I have been able to remove the front grille without damaging it, but it is really hard. Much harder than the Blue Star 12-inch model. Checking to make sure it's all in frame. Do you think we should get on with it? I think we should just crack on straight with it. Hopefully this time I've got enough storage on my phone. That was dumb. Anyways, here is low on all of them. rattling. Okay, the Philips has a rattle problem apparently. Jeez, that was annoying. But yeah, Philips has a rattle problem apparently. Yeah, no, it turns out though. The electrostyle output is a solid breeze. The starlight is a weak, unfortunately. Philips output is a good breeze as well. Yeah, very similar to electrostyle. Taurus Europa 12-inch. Nah, that's weak. And the pedestal one is outputting an okay breeze. Let's switch them up to medium. We'll also draw about 177 watts before I forget to mention. But here's medium. The switches on the Taurus Europa just don't work with some speed sometimes, I don't know why. This is not going well. It's really not. Ow. The electrostyle pedestal outputs a very powerful breeze. Starless the same, there's weak breeze. The Philips pedestal output a powerful breeze as well. The Taurus Europa 12-inch, it's quite weak. And the pedestal one's outputting an alright breeze. Don't know why mediums just don't work on this properly, but let's switch on to high. And also they're drawing 190 watts on me. Yeah, the electrostyle pedestal output a very powerful breeze. The starlight is still weak. The Philips pedestal is also outputting a very powerful breeze. That feels actually slightly stronger. It feels a tiny bit stronger than the electrostyle, but we'll see what the numbers have to say in the future. The Taurus Europa is weak. And the pedestal one is not bad actually. Let's see if we can just get a quick reading right now. I've got my own monitor, I just realised. Let's get a quick reading. Got about 1,043 on the Taurus Europa. Stop. It seems problematic. What about like 924 on that, which is not particularly great. 220. About 747 on that one. Oh, 123 or 1259. Yeah, about 1259. These aren't going to be 100% accurate readings because I'm being quite quick with it, and also there's other things around it, so I'll do a proper testing on at some point. But I reckon these two have the potential to be lit, to be top 25 literature contenders. Although it's extremely difficult to get onto university these days. But yeah, they contenders. Anyway, let's turn them all off. Fifth, oh yeah, for the Taurus Europa, then the blue star, then the pedestal Taurus. Yeah, these two seem to be quite healthy. Then the Electro star, then the Phillips is first. It's healthy. Don't know why. I need to figure out this pedestal one. It just loves to just go into oscillation mode, because pulling them up. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, but it's really driving me nuts. Unfortunately, the oscillator knob disintegrated on the Electrostar pedestal. It just completely disintegrated. Let's start them all on low with oscillation. That bass is going to drive me nuts. Hope you like rattly basses. Here's high. how we turned all the fans on to low as well. I'll try and deal with that bass at some point, it's actually really annoying. And now let's turn them all off at the same time. Here's off. The Taurus Europa 12 is 5th. The Electro Starlight is 4th. Taurus Europa Pedestal is 3rd. The Electro Star Pedestal is 2nd and the Philips is 1st. The exact same as it was on high. But there you go. That's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. It was a mess to film because just stuff wasn't going right, but hey. Thanks for watching and see ya!